Hello everybody, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European time on the dollar. We do the show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins and everything else. Of course, guys, I thought it was, gonna be the end of the Bitcoin Daily. Last Bitcoin Daily was, supposed to be, a week ago, something like that. But I figured out, I really don't have much, a lot of stuff to do in the morning. I don't want to make, videos for YouTube, like 5-minute video for YouTube's early in the morning, because that's not the prime time. Prime time is between, 2 and 6 p.m. So, but in the morning, like I'm sitting here watching the charts, like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So let's do Bitcoin Daily, So I'm not saying that this is gonna continue. I'm just saying, when I have nothing better to do, I'll pop to Bitcoin Daily, on the show. That's all I'm saying. The plan is still, to have, short videos and do that kind of stuff. But, that's gonna come, during the day when there is more, when people are awake. But, early morning, I don't know. I knew it, Lord. How you guys doing? Are you doing well? The pump has been, riding for a long time. I haven't actually been, feeling well lately. I got sick like somewhere down here, and I also was actually doing a bunch of other stuff, my day job and stuff like that. So I was kind of busy, and then suddenly this exploded, and I just didn't feel the, any kind of motivation to do anything, with the videos and stream and, be, very excited about. I couldn't be excited about the move. I'm very excited about the move, but it's just that I just couldn't get myself to, making videos, talking about it, doing emergency streams and stuff like that. Like everything was like, But I'm getting better right now. I'm feeling, okay-ish. I'm not 100% there, but it's okay-ish. You can see it, my spirit is a little bit better, so it's all good. Kids are getting a little bit better, wife is getting a little bit better, so it's okay. So I'm gonna continue Bitcoin Daily. I don't know, guys. I don't know, but from time to time, we're gonna pop it up. Might be, daily, might not be daily, but we're gonna see that. But like I said, like I have nothing better to do in the morning. I got nothing, and it's best time to do something with crypto related, because I got time. During the day I don't have time actually for Bitcoin Daily, but there is that. Who is in the chat? Edward Too Good, he's back. Vanales, what's up, yo boy? Edward Too Good, good morning. Techno Vikings, good morning. Cryptoras, good morning. Viral Video, morning. How you doing, man? Roman Nomad, good morning. What's up? Garrett, morning shift. Morning, Garrett. How you doing? 2023 has already been a more profitable year than 2022. Yeah. insane. Health is wealth. Ricky Sebastian, health is wealth. Yeah, health is wealth. That is very, very correct. I mean, you can have all the money in the world, but you are sick in the bed, like it's just not helping. It might help, I mean, but Andy Lou, what's up, Andy Lou, what's up? Patrick, good morning, buddy. Good morning, Patrick. How you doing, guys? So what are we gonna do today? Well, we're gonna look at, of course, the pump. Is this pump ever gonna go down and stuff like that, right? We're also gonna look at very nice metrics. I've seen a lot of people talk about, long-term charts about Bitcoin. Some very important what are you gonna say? Some very important metrics, on-chain metrics, showing that this has definitely have to be capitulation and so forth. We already know that. I mean, we've been talking about that. This has to be some kind of button for a long time. Even this move down to 15K was like, it's so low. It has to happen, and you don't have to look far for any kind of. You don't have to look very far for indications of some kind of mega trend changing, because if you look at here on, for example, on this is the monthly chart, you'll see down here that these bottoms are pretty much given, and this pattern over here that's zigzagging right now, it's crossing towards the upside. I mean, it's pretty much given. It happens so often. It doesn't happen so often, but every time this happens, it is the bottom. So we know it's kind of bottom, but what is that? That's 20K, 15K, 13K, 7K. Like it's in the ballpark area, right? We know that it's down here somewhere that there is bottom. Now, what has been a little bit, I think weird, is that people have been calling for this this dump over here as a capitulation dump. I don't know if you know, guys, but we said that it does not look like unsustainable. It does look like unsustainable move by Bitcoin. Now I'm gonna show you that this is very sustainable, man. This is fine. There is no problem for Bitcoin whatsoever. But what has been, you know, bothering me a little bit, and this is bothering me, you know, not right now, but you know, when this was actually happening, is this candle over here, because people are talking, finally we are getting the capitulation. We are getting the capitulation. Right now everybody's gonna, I mean, if you by this point over here haven't capitulated here, you are definitely not gonna capitulate over here. All right. Capitulation was over here. I'm gonna show you exactly why capitulation was over here, and this is also the capitulation that we have been looking for, right? Once this starting going towards downside, we are looking for capitulation, we are looking for accumulation, and then we are looking for a move towards upside, and everything so far is playing out. Now the problem up here that people are still saying that, you know, this was supposed to be a capitulation event. No. When we came to this point over here, what I was actually assuming, I was assuming this is the bottom. This is the bottom over here. I was assuming that was the bottom. I was thinking that we could go down, spring back up, and go towards the upside. I did not see this move, guys. Okay, I admit that I did not see this move. I did not see this, you know, weekly, you know, monthly, you know, pain down here before right going up, back down again. You can still see, say, this is some kind of spring, but you know, it's kind of very, very weird spring. But I was looking at some kind of spring, and you know, I was telling everybody, yeah, it looks like, you know, we can get some kind of spring and just go right back up again. That didn't happen, but it was not capitulation. It was not capitulation. That's what I'm trying to say. So we are back down up here above these levels up here. We are back up, you know, where the bottom and accumulation should be continuing. Now let me show you why one of the reasons why, you know, capitulation did happen over there. Now if you look at a monthly time frame, what you're gonna see here, capitulation happens on a monthly time frame with a very, very big moves up here. This over here from close to close. This is close. This is not close to bottom down here, because that's 50%. Close to close, capitulation candle is a 32% candle over here. The same thing happened here, over here. Capitulation candle is 36% over here. That was capitulation candle in 2019, and capitulation candle up here was 37%. Monthly capitulation candle was 37%. So we were already looking at these moves up here. When we were up here, we knew that the capitulation is gonna come, because everybody's gonna, you know, capitulate, right? Everybody's gonna get out, you know, when this was going slowly towards downside up here, and a lot of people didn't get out to the market. So it's only over here people capitulated. But this was capitulation candle. This over here was not capitulation candle, guys. This over here it was a big move, but it was only 16% move. That was not capitulation. That was not capitulation. So that was, you know, and I'm still, you know, seeing people talking about this, you know, capitulation move up here. It's not capitulation move. Pullback is due not only for the new moon, but people PPI numbers coming. Maybe everything looks beautiful for pump. Looks beautiful. So I don't know. Technically we've been correct a lot of the time. I won't say that we've been correct all the time. We definitely made errors in our analysis. We definitely made, you know, moves that I did not think that could happen, like over here. I did not see this move towards downside over here. I did predict that it can go down very fast, you know, 15 and right back up again, or something like 16 or something like that. Sorry about that. But I did not see that we are gonna stay here for the amount of period that we actually did stay here. We already know. So everything works out nicely, and we like the moons, guys. We like the moons on the channel. Moons have been very good for us. If you look at the daily time frame over here, right now, on the daily time frame, the moons have been good for us. It was good year for the moons, and as you see here, the last moon up here, the full moon, pumped us to heaven. You're still doing the trading challenge? Of course. I just need to get back to that. The moons have been good for us. Now, we don't have any kind of, you know, super moons or micro moons coming just in yet. I think that's in the first, you know, in something like 5-6 months or something like that. So we're gonna check that out. But the moons have been good for us. This dump over here stopped us on the full moon. The new moon did not dump us towards downside. The full moon kind of tried to push us up towards upside, but didn't do nothing. The new moon did not dump us, and the full moon did pump us. So, you know, even the moons are right now telling us that, you know, we are bullish. I'm shorting gold. So short and mate. If you think Bitcoin can't rally in bear market, you're delusional. If you think this bear market will outperform previous bear market whilst being in a 40-year inflation high and recession, you're delusional. 10K coming. Peter, you need to come on board on the, you know, crypto train. We don't care what markets do. So that's nice. Now there are other indications that this actually looks very good. We got this, you know, fake Ichimoku cloud. Now this is a fake Ichimoku cloud. This is not a buy sell signal. This is not anything like that. This is a fake Ichimoku cloud. We just took Ichimoku cloud, removed everything, you know, added you know, lines that fit our perspective. And what you're gonna see here right now is that we are having a crossover. We are having a crossover up here. Just a second. Nazvaću te za... We are having a crossover above. So this bear market on Ichimoku cloud over here, you can see up here, it's getting over. It's finally ending. We are crossing that towards the upside. So even Ichimoku cloud is telling us that, you know, we are getting a little bit more bullish. Now this Ichimoku cloud is pretty big because, you know, we changed all the metrics inside the Ichimoku cloud up here just to make it fit whatever we like watching at. It's not very important, but, you know, I thought it was interesting looking at it. Bollinger Bands are, you know, up here. As you can see up here, we are having an expansion right now. This on the daily time frame, 2-day time frame, also we're getting expansion. Weekly time frame, we are still kind of don't have expansion. We're still climbing up here to the resistance up here on this expansion, but we don't have any kind of big expansion yet on the Bollinger Bands. And on the monthly time frame, what we do have up here is expansion, but this expansion, if this continues going towards upside, this expansion will go into contraction up here, and we will be getting another move up here towards downside while we're going towards upside up here. So this monthly Bollinger Bands, I think, will contract again towards downside. So it does look okayish. It does look okayish. So, you know, these kind of, you know, these, let me just clean up everything and add this one up here. So these kind of metrics, you know, they do indicate that, you know, it's nice. Maybe slight relief rally for DXY. Maybe. Brate, odakle si? Otuda. I'm from Norway. There we go. And, you know, when it comes to, you know, technicals up on the daily time frame, we are above all the moving averages on the daily. 2-day time frame, we are not above 200 moving averages. Weekly, we are, you know, still above, you know, below certain moving averages. And a monthly time frame, we're just trying to climb towards the resistance. But this can actually be good. I'm going to tell you why. This can actually be good. And I'm going to say that this is going to break. This is going to break the 50 moving average January by end of... this is gonna break the 50 moving average by end of January, February, March. So we're gonna break the 50 moving average by end of March. That means in 2 months. I know it's a long time, but, you know, 2 months goes fast, you know, in crypto space. So reason for that is this white line over here. If you see the white line, it's going very, very fast towards downside over here, right? It's going very fast towards downside. What often happens up here is that you go to the resistance, and then while it goes towards downside, oftentimes it can pull back, but then it, you know, crosses it back above it and then continues towards downside. This usually takes, you know, two candles up here for this to happen, because I've seen before, comes here, hit the resistance, pulls back, and then at some point just, you know, breaks through it. So, you know, 2 more months and we will be above the 23k. That's one of the predictions you can, you know, quote me on, but 2 more months we'll be above 23k. If that happens tomorrow, it's already in, but, you know, it doesn't have to be that way, but it's one of the way this can happen. Another way is because it is going so, you know, so fast towards downside that will break immediately towards upside and then, you know, do something like this up here while it, you know, curves, and then, you know, push up with the moving averages towards the upside, because you can see it is going very steeply very steeply towards upside up here. Up here was a little bit different. Up here we actually managed to get above it, and then, you know, bounced off of it while it curves on us. And yeah, I mean, it can be that as well. We can go up here, then, you know, bounce up here, and then go towards the upside. But, you know, 2-3 months at most before we are above, you know, 23, 24, 25k or something like that. I even said in the chat that by the end of the February, I think we can actually hit something like 30k, and that is very probable. That's very probable because if you look here on the chart, I mean, we do have a lot of resistances up here above us. 50 moving average, 200 moving average up here, you know, there is a resistance at 37,000, you know, stuff like that. On the monthly time frame, we got this 20 moving average. But if we break these two up here, if we break, you know, 23k up here above, there is nothing that is gonna stop us until we get up till, you know, the 24k up here. There is literally empty space up here. On the monthly time frame, there is literally empty space over here. Empty space. And you know that we like empty space, guys. You know that we like empty space because empty space means big moves. I really don't think we saw the bottom yet. We have a long way to go till we are out of the woods. Okay, man. Okay. You do you, we do us. This bear market will last for another year, if not more. So can't get right 587. Your name is right. Can't get it right. Tell me this, man. Tell me this. You gotta tell me one thing. Have you bought? Is your portfolio 100% in crypto right now? That's what I want to know. Last at least 5 years. So it looks good. Hell yeah, I bought. But you still think we're gonna go down and buy more? If you're buying more, you haven't bought. No bought. So let's look at what's actually happening up here, you know, short term, because I know this might be very interesting, because this part over here, you know, the people are questioning whether this part over here is just gonna dump on the downside. This to me looks like consolidation. Consolidation in an uptrend. There's a very high probability of breaking towards the upside. I mean, this can break towards the downside as well. There is no reason why this cannot break on the downside as on the upside as well. And we can actually look at it. Now, people think that this is taking too long time. Oh, it's taking too long. The move is finished. Gonna go down. No. If you look at a weekly time frame up here, we just getting started. Look here, guys. Look here. I'm gonna show you something. You remember 2019? Let me just remove the moving average so you can see this nicer. Remember 2019 when we had the first pump up here? We had 3 weeks going literally sideways. 3 weeks sideways movement up here, okay? So almost a month's time we've been going sideways. Yes, we pumped big time up here. This was also some kind of, you know, almost parabolic move up here if you zoom in a little bit. What actually was, this was just a big pump up here. But you had 3 weeks of sideways movement. And it still continued towards the upside. Let's zoom in a little bit up here. Let's zoom in. What is it up here? Let's zoom in a little bit up here. Yeah, it was just a straight move towards the upside, and then it had a sideways movement up here. But what you're gonna see here, that although these channels towards the upside sometimes do break on the downside, they still, you know, continue creating these, you know, uptrend channels. And these uptrend channels still, you know, eventually, you know, continue breaking towards the upside. You can also say that this is some kind of bigger channel up here that broke towards the upside up here. So, where is it? So this move over here, so this move over here that's happening right now, even though it's on far hourly time frame, it's a lot faster than, you know, 2019 move. You know, there is I think I have some channels over here. Let me try to. There we go. Even though this might be a rising channel and stuff like that, right over here, and this rising channel is, you know, this would be a bull flag. This over here is not a bull flag. This is exhaustion flag, especially if it goes something like this, is a, you know, exhaustion flag. But this flag over here is just going kind of, you know, more or less sideways up here. This is, you know, just as much, you know, probability to break towards upside or downside. The thing is, if it does break towards the upside, if this channel over here breaks towards the upside, it's just gonna explode. It's gonna be above, you know, 23, 24, 25k, you know, within a day. Within a day. That's how fast this is gonna go. But right now it's still on a channel, so not much is happening. So I see people are a little bit bored. They're waiting for some kind of pullback, some kind of, you know, move towards upside. Nobody's actually knows what's gonna happen. And I gotta tell you guys, even I don't know what's gonna happen, because this move, although it is consolidation. Consolidations are really hard over here, right? And I think Mladen posted a nice trend over here. Yeah, something like this. So it looks like we might actually get some kind of a move very, very soon. So if we want to maybe, you know, pump up here, maybe we should pump very, very soon up here, because we did bounce off of the line up here a couple of times. So if you want to pump, we should pump very, very soon. But if we start falling out of this towards downside, we can go lower. Now, I'm not saying that we are going to go down, you know, back down to 15k or whatever. What I'm saying, we're going to pull back and go towards upside. Now, I've been saying to everybody, in bullish trends, pullbacks are buying options. We are not trying to get scared. We're not trying to, you know, short. We're trying to just find the pullback and buy the pullback. Now, you know, whether the pullback happens or not, that's a big if. That's a big if. Now let's look a little bit moving averages up here on the bigger time frame. What you're gonna see here is that we are kind of riding this 10 and 20 moving average, and if it does pull back down here, I would assume this 50 moving average is gonna you know, catch us up here around 19k or something like that, pull us back above the resistance up here and go towards the upside. I've also seen a lot of people are hoping still, you know, for a pullback, because they kind of got left behind. And right now they're hoping for a pullback, but they, you know, the pullback is never coming. Hello, Mr. How are you today? Doing well. Doing better than yesterday. Parallel channel is better as a consolidation. Yeah, it works well. This is definitely consolidation. I mean, you know, whether that's parallel channel, you know, triangle, wedge, it's all consolidations. You know, it's just different types of consolidations. And you can have consolidations in an uptrend and in a downtrend as well. So that is that. So we'll indicator up here, for example, on the 4-hourly time frame, you can see here it is pulling back. So we are going towards the upside, we are consolidating, while the indicators are resetting towards the downside, which is actually technically could be setting up for a next move towards the upside up here, right? Because we want to get to these kind of, you know, 60, 70 levels up here. Depends on how much we want to pull back. But once this pullback is done on the small time frames, it can definitely do another move towards the upside or move down, push it back down here again, and then, you know, go towards upside. The most important thing is watching the channel. Let's just go up here, back a little bit. The most important thing right now is watching the channel and where this is gonna break towards the upside. So the way I see it right now, when I'm watching this channel up here, any kind of, you know, support hit on the downside, that's a long position up here. And every kind of hit on the top side up here, that's a short position right here, right? Because you're betting it's gonna break on downside, or you're betting it's gonna break towards the upside, right? But hoping, and I think a lot of people are gonna get wrecked if they wait for this. I mean, it's not a financial advice, but I think a lot of people are waiting for this to pull back all the way down here, so they can buy here, so it goes up here, right? The problem is that this might never happen, and it does something like this up here, and these people up here now need to FOMO in to get back in, because right now the price is at 22, 23k, 24k, right? So, you know, people always get left behind, and that's what you want to do. You want to get people to get left behind, because you want that FOMO to kick in together with everybody else who got left behind. And once the FOMO kicks in and the price booms, that's the end of the move. But will we actually go towards downside here a little bit up here? Hard to tell. I know a lot of people are also saying that, you know, oh my god, the daily, man, the daily is at 90. How can we push for, no, it's not 90, 86. How can we push it more? It's got to go down, it's overbought. Yeah, sure, it's gonna stay overbought for a long time. If this continues pumping up here, it's gonna do something like this up here, it's gonna go to 90, something like 90 up here. Doesn't matter. RSI does what RSI does. If you remember a little bit back here in, you know, just a little bit while ago, down here, you know, there was a whole bunch of divergences up here on the chart. whole bunch of divergences. Nothing, you know, helped the move. It just, you know, broke through towards the upside. You gotta look at this indicator as some kind of, you know, helpful indications of something. It doesn't mean alpha and omega. It's not like we go up here on the daily on the 90, we're gonna push back immediately towards the downside. It doesn't work that way. Now, it is probable that you can pull back down, and it's already, if you look at it very closely, you'll see that on the daily time frame, the RSI is pulling a little bit towards the downside over here, right? Because right now we've been going some kind of consolidation up here towards the upside. So some kind of move towards the downside up here for a day could actually benefit this very nicely, because this will actually drop down to 70 levels or something like that. And we could then technically go towards the upside. That would be very, very nice. But it doesn't have to do that. All I'm trying to say that RSI as an indicator of some kind of top and bottom is the worst thing ever. Just because something is at some 90 levels does not mean stop. You know, just remember that the RSI is the worst indicator of any kind of tops and bottoms. You know, just because something is over. I remember that in the previous bull market, we were watching the Matic. Matic had like 90 plus on daily charts, on weekly chart. Everything was, you know, RSI was at the top of the top. And it was still pumping like crazy. It was insane. It was insane. Nothing was stopping that. So this move up here right now, you know, it looks like consolidation option, and we need to wait. So the way I see it, these bottoms down here are long positions, these tops up here are short positions, and if we do break on the downside down here, I'm looking for the, you know, on the 4 hourly, this 50 moving average to, you know, stop the price from crashing and push towards the upside. This does look like a parabolic move up here that came to some kind of end up here and might actually pull back and go towards downside and even lower than, you know, what we just said. But how would that actually play out? Now let's look at here on the weekly time frame. Let's look here on the weekly time frame. What you're gonna see here, that this has not happened before. I posted this on Twitter, and we got this 20 moving average that's been acting as a support and resistance for a long time. And you guys have been here before. You know, for a long time, you know that, you know, everybody has been talking about, you know, 20 moving average for a very, very long time. 20 moving average, especially up here, or especially up here when we started, you know, getting above this 20 once we got 20 moving average, and then we started getting above 20 moving average over here. Everybody was talking about the 20 moving average, you know, and how that's the ultimate, you know, indication of an option, right? And you see what over here happened. We went on the 20 moving average, we went down, became super bearish, managed to climb above it, gave people some kind of hopium, failed that, went below it, and once we went below it, we kind of stayed below 20 moving average. But right now we are back on the hope chart, and right now we have again hope that, you know, we are above the 20 moving average. This is a big thing. This is a big thing. Mladen is in the chat, and the first thing he says is look in the group. Yeah, we showed that line. We showed that line a little bit earlier. I even told people this is Mladen's line. I said, because I saw that you showed me. It's a nice line. Just wait on DCG. When DCG starts selling, we will see 1410K. Can't get right. So this looks ultimately very good. This looks ultimately very good. This 20 moving average is one of the indications that we've been waiting for a long time. I mean, you know, you don't get these kind of moves. You don't get these kind of moves. Now, if you look at the moving averages up here, and you look just, you know, on the big time frames, how much pullback can you have and stuff like that. The pullback is definitely could go down to the bottoms down here at 18.8, 18.3, the 20 moving average, the 10 moving average. All of these levels are legit support levels. So if we do pull back, all of these levels are legit levels, and we can pull back to that 19.3, 18.8 or something like that. Let's go to the 4 hourly time frame. Yeah, that seems to be the case as well. So a pullback down here from this channel over here, pullback down to the 50 moving average on the 4 hourly will indicate, you know, around the same time, 19.3, 19.5, something like this over here. It could be a big move towards downside, you know, people, you know, 7% move down. I don't know about that, but here, you know, it wouldn't be that bad. It wouldn't be that bad because you are still holding the support levels, right? We just, you know, we broke through all of the supports. And right now, you know, retesting those supports wouldn't be that bad, right? retesting those supports wouldn't be that bad. If it does this something like this, I mean, that wouldn't be that bad. The only bad move is, you know, we're going back down to 17k. Now that's the bad move. That you don't want to see that. That's the worst thing that can happen. You go back down, you know, below the support lines. But going back down to support lines, no problem, man. No problem whatsoever. We can do that every day, man. We can do it 5 times a day. Going back to the support, no problem. So this 50 moving average up here, you know, going back to that support, you know, bouncing off of that, no problem whatsoever. Zero problem. But I would love for this just to break towards upside, because it would wreck so many people. It will destroy the generations. It will destroy, you know, lives of so many keyboard, you know, heroes, you know, bears, talking about how we're gonna have a pullback down back to 15k. A lot of these people didn't buy. They're hoping for a pullback, and I do hope you get your pullback, but I still don't hope you get your pullback, because if you don't get your pullback, all of these other people are saying we're gonna go back down. They're gonna have to, you know, bite the tail and, you know, FOMO back in, and then it's gonna explode so hard. So the less pullbacks you have, the more people are gonna FOMO in eventually. And once they FOMO in eventually, because at one point, I'm telling you guys, at one point people will FOMO in, and the less pullback you have, you get one of these, you know, straight lines. You get one of these, you know, straight lines. You know, wait, let me get a. There you go, faster. You know, straight lines to moon. You know. This is the, you know, when they cannot wait anymore. You know, that's what this, you know, no pullback, you know, practice does to people. They wait, they hope for pullback. And if pullback do get, people don't understand how much pullback they can get. If pullbacks do happen, people don't understand, because people think, oh, pullback is gonna come down back to 70k, we're gonna buy back there. You know, pullbacks happen, and they go like something like this over here, and they go up again. You know, pullbacks do happen, but people are underestimating the pullbacks. People think that pullbacks need to pull back to some kind of very, very lows. No, pullbacks pull just enough to pick up whatever the you know, new people, you know, smart people, to pick up smart people, and then they go up, and then they leave everybody else talking about 10k. That's how pullbacks work. And in the bull markets, guys, in the bull market, when the price is bullish, when price is going towards upside, you have to change your mentality that pullbacks are buying opportunities, because even if the pullback continues pulling back, it's still gonna go back up again, right? Imagine if you are in bear market, because I'm gonna show this in a sense of the bear market. I'm gonna explain this in sense of the bear market, because I think you people are so. Even if you, let's say you want to short over here, right? It goes up here and you short it, right? And you're, oh my god, sorry. You wanted the short up here, but you didn't, and you get your second chance, you short it over here, right? Yeah, nice, I short, oh, it's going my direction. And then it goes against you, right? But you still don't care, you're still in a downtrend, and this still reverts and goes towards your direction, because your direction, your shorting direction is the right direction. So even if you buy the pullback at the wrong place, right, it will still go into your direction, because it is the direction where it is going, right? Pullbacks are healthy. George, nice chart. George has a chart. George always has a chart. I don't like his charts because he uses Fibonacci's, but you know. I like that he's making money. S&P is in downtrend channel, rejected again and again, looking for new lows, but the bottom for Bitcoin is in. No understanding of broader market conditions. No understanding of broader market conditions. Look at the guy. No, the Dow Jones, it's already broken towards upside, guys. The Dow Jones already broke towards upside. I'm going to show you up here on the daily time frame. This already broke towards upside. This is this didn't just break. This expanding musical instrument did break towards upside, did a retest, and right now it's on full-fledged, you know, move up here. So if it starts going up here, it can definitely get above, you know, all-time high up here. So this already, you know, already had a pullback towards the resistance, and it did get support up here, and right now it's climbing higher. So Dow Jones already looks exceptionally well. But the reason you're talking S&P, because I've seen a lot of other people are talking about S&P, so I'm guessing you're just reiterating what other people are saying. But if you look at S&P, it is at resistance, and what S&P has down here is some kind of a you know, maybe inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? But the line is definitely there over here somewhere, right? The resistance, and if Dow Jones does break towards upside, if Dow Jones continues and S&P breaks this towards upside, I mean, you're looking at good times. You're already having a higher high up here on the chart. You had low, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low, and right now the trend is changing. We are having a higher low up here. The only thing we have to do is create a higher high up here, and we are having a new trend over here confirmed, right? So I don't know. Short term, like, and this, I don't know what to call this up here. This bottom line is a little bit undecisive when it comes to the lines, but this upper line, it looks like something like S&P 500, give or take, maybe a little bit down, maybe a little bit up. I don't know how, you know. Let's try to draw it nicer up here, because if you draw it over here with this week's top up here, doesn't touch these tops and doesn't touch this one as well. But if you use these tops over here, it looks like we are at some kind of tops up here, right? So you want a line, and like a line to have a lot of respect, a lot of touches, and this line has a lot of touches, the other one doesn't. So it looks like we Nasdaq and S&P 500 are just exactly at the resistance right now. And of course everybody thinks that means that we are gonna pull back, and we can pull back, but the Dow Jones is above the resistance with a retest over here, and it's looking very, very strongly. And this thing over here, guys, this thing over here is dumping. I don't know how this works. You know, these kind of moves technically tend to go towards upside. This try to go towards upside and then just crash towards downside. Is this some kind of, you know, spring down before this move up here? Hard to say, hard to say. I dare not look at the chart and the moving averages. Let's look at a monthly up here. It could still go down to something like 100 or something like that. But yeah, this definitely did, you know, explode. But there needs to come. I mean, over here, if you look at it, it did kind of have this, you know, pull back up to the 10 moving average, and right now it's continuing down. So it doesn't look that, you know, convincing. DXY will surprise everyone within 2 days. No, that's inverse and shows. That's hopium. Poor people stay poor. Let's not bow to emotion. This is just a bear market rally. Gort. Okay, guys, there is one. I don't know if you remember from the bull market. You know, a lot of people have shilled a lot of coins, and you know, one of the coins that CoinsKid has been shilling. You know, he's been shilling a lot of coins, but one of the coins that he's been shilling is BPro network. And a lot of coins looks like this right now. This is without logarithmic chart. And even these moves towards upside up here, guys, even these moves towards upside like are 42% or something like that. But a lot of these coins have these, you know, these bottoms down here. The big moves will eventually happen. And even though we went up with Bitcoin a lot, and some coins are up like 20, 30, 40%, a lot of people are in fear of not buying, you know. And I'm not saying buy, and I'm not saying buy. This is not financial advice. This is not a financial advice, because we can definitely turn around right now and dump right down. We might be at some kind of resistance. What I'm trying to say is that in the long term, Chili's is a different you know, different thing. But a lot of these coins has these, you know, these bottoms down here that are just kind of flatlined. Like over here, it was kind of flatlined. You know, it kind of gets this flat line down here, and then it explodes towards the upside. So a lot of these coins will eventually altcoins will eventually just explode towards upside. You will see this tail and you will see these moves. Okay, it's just gonna be extreme. And this move is not anything rational. This is Alice. I don't know. And this move up here towards some kind of resistance up here, that's like, you know, 5x up there. It will eventually happen. It will eventually happen. Eric, capitulation phase. We talked about capitulation phase. I tell you, man, that doesn't matter. You cannot convince people. Doesn't matter how you much do that. You can. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm trying to tell you my opinion. Even CK is bearish. Maybe you're right about the bottom being in Tilla. CK is not bearish. He knows better than that. Is CK bearish? It's a long time since I watch anything from CK. Is he really bearish? Coins kid. Let's see. Third time charm for bullish signal. 2 minutes ago.
Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is Coins Kid. Just come back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin key groups. So right now Bitcoin's broken down. Okay, not Bitcoin, sorry, I do apologise, DXY. I will have to declare.
Oh, this is DXY. Is this Bitcoin or what? What's...
Which is amazing. I definitely would like to see us push through this resistance here, 236 at 21737. I think again, if we can come up there, take that out, hold the support, consolidate here, breaking this white line will be absolutely at 25k and fall back to its support. If you take a look at this could actually, I think everyone's expecting a big crash and correction here, which obviously...
No, he's not bearish, he's bullish. He looks at 23k like every normal person. Some strict conditions to confirm the bull market. I don't know, is he still on the 2155 cross? Yeah, I remember CK being doing the he was doing the what was it, 21 and 55 EMA, right? And the cross from these are confirming the bull and bear market, right? Something like that, right? Or on the weekly time frame or something like that. Yeah, so this is the bear market starting up here, and you know, he's waiting for the cross on this thing over here. So this is confirming the bear market. Right now he's waiting for these two to cross, and that's gonna be the bull market, right? So this is the CK indicator. The CK indicator is the 21 moving average and emotional moving average and 55 emotional moving average, and the crossover above these. You know, you cross, you go to the beach and, you know, wait, and then they cross again, you buy and go to the beach and continue resting. Is there really a dead cross on DXY? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know how important the dead cross on the DXY is. Yeah, I mean, over here there is a dead cross. He also said we were in a correction phase till last month. I don't know. A lot of people make a lot of predictions. I know a lot of people are hating on Crypto Savvy right now, but Crypto Savvy is getting a lot of publicity right now. He is perma bear. Nobody likes perma bears, but this guy is just like, I don't care. I'm doing it for the views. I mean, he's getting like, you know, 10k views for being a perma bear. And lately, I mean, 15, 14, 10k because, you know, even the moon has been talking about him. So, you know, he's enjoying his, he doesn't care whether he's wrong or right, guys. He cares whether his YouTube channel is doing well. Must see Bitcoin chat, new update. New lows coming for Bitcoin 9 hours ago.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig. As usual, we're going to go over the now, the week we do get a rally, 20 boys like Carp here.
Even he looks at 23k.
I do believe we still.
Even he looks at 23k.
Extra funds to just be short for a bubble pop. I think.
Oh my God, he looks at 30. Bitcoin bubble, crypto scam, washout. .com bubble. Crypto Savvy. What you doing? 3 point. Now, guys, do you think it's possible that we get? Thanks, checking. Do you think it's possible to go to 3.3k, guys? Do you think it's possible to go to 3.3k? Do you think that's possible? Do you think Bitcoin will ever reach 3.3k? Where is 3.3k? Do you think these levels are possible? Beside Gort is not allowed to answer. He sold Bitcoin at 10k, so if I was in his place, I would be bearish as well. He did? Zero chance. Unless he's also bullish on crossing EMAs, the 2-week chart. Yeah. But I don't think this. I will tell you in what case we can actually hit 3k or something like that. I don't think any kind of normal price action will push us down to 3k. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think market are following, you know, markets are following whatever the right price is for the market. Now, if something happens, I think there needs to come a rally or something like that. If something should happen that we should fall down to 3k, it's gonna definitely be a black swan event, and it's gonna be a very catastrophic one, because people, for us to push down to 3k, if we're gonna push down to 3k, there must be some kind of unrational selling, extreme selling, unrational selling that's gonna push the price, and it's gonna be very, very fast. I don't think any kind of slow dip, it's not gonna be slow. If it's gonna be 3k or something like that, 5k, it's not gonna be a slow dip towards that level, because that's very rational. People have time to think about it. People have time to adjust, you know, they can sit down and think what's gonna happen tomorrow. So rational selling doesn't go down to unrational levels, right? But if you want to go down to some kind of levels that are not normal, without people noticing, you have to have fear, irrational selling. You have to some kind of, just like Corona dump over here, you have to have some kind of event, something that makes people so scared that they do not see where the reasonable price is, and they sell so much that it can actually happen. Now, that can happen for several reasons. We're not gonna go into that, but can it happen? Definitely yes. But I'm telling you, if it does happen, it's not gonna be because, you know, slow selling down towards 3k. Bull run started. 3k is way too low. 10k within normal. Ask 8 pull. 8 pull. No. Anything is possible, but I think so. Now, I don't think so we're gonna hit 3k or 5k, but I'm saying that I'm not pulling it off the table. When people are irrational, when people are in fear, when people do not understand, when people cannot think, you know, one day ahead, and they're just thinking, you know, this is the end, they're gonna sell below the rational levels that are, you know, for the price. You know, it just happens, and that's the way it actually can happen. And you know, with everything happening in the world, that can happen really, really fast. When Bitcoin hit 3k, it's dead. When Bitcoin hit 3k, it's dead, definitely. Now, when Bitcoin hit 3k, Michael Saylor is dead, and then Bitcoin pumps. I don't see anything much on the charts right now. Everything just going sideways. Just waiting, just waiting. Bitcoin is still waiting in this channel. Up here. Sorry, this is old chart. Yeah. Pullback, guys. How are we gonna get a pullback? And these levels down here are important. So let's just remove these up here for a second. Wow, I could just... There you go. So, where is the channel up here? Something like this. It's not this one up here. It's something more lines of this over here. Pull this on this one. There we go. I think something like this over here. So this channel, guys, let's go to the 4-hour time frame. This channel needs to break up or break down, right? A lot now just kind of hugging up here, and if it does go down, I'm looking at 50 moving average. It doesn't have to, you know, it can do something like this over here and then hit up here and bounce. It doesn't have to go straight down to the support levels up here. On the other hand, for whatever reason, it just might bounce off of these moving averages up here and continue towards the upside. I would say right now there is more reasons to go long than short, and I don't think there is a reason to go short at all. I don't think there is reason to go. I think if this is the start of the new trend, I don't think there is reason to go short at all, because if you go short against the trend, you're gonna get wrecked. Another 40%. We aren't going to buy Bitcoin if people are still talking about it. Another 40% down sounds about right to me. Don't understand, guys. Even my wife, I told my wife, Bitcoin pumped to 21K. And she's like, nah, it's not over. I was like, it's over. It's bull market. She's like, no, it's just a dead cat bounce. It's gonna come down again. Even my wife, who's living with me all the time, doesn't believe. Yesterday I was a madman. How did your short go? How did your short go, man? I'm with your wife. What's up, Rolo? How you doing? I'm with your wife. Don't be with one wife, man. It's nothing. She cannot be happy. I mean, imagine going through the bear market and then the first majestic, beautiful pump you get. No, it's nothing. It's just gonna come back down again. The biggest bear trap in history. Lol, not like that, bro. Yeah, this is the biggest bear trap in history. No, this is the bull trap. Get every bull, bam! 10K. This is what Crypto Savvy is saying right now. Can this happen? If this happens, guys, if this happens, we're gonna screenshot this. And we're gonna write here, predicted by me. No, it's nothing. Does she really speak like? No, of course not. I was like, oh snap, should have bought more. She cannot be happy about Bitcoin going up. There we go. Anyways, guys, I'm looking at these major levels of support. If we do pull back, hopefully this is just gonna go up here and wreck every single bear. And once that happens, we're gonna have a nice time. I gotta go. My son is here, so he probably wants me to do something. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you around.